18 and 25.
Well, you don't know what your life is.
You don't know what you are about in this life.
You just sleep, wake up. You have to do something. You don't know what you are doing, but you're doing it. You haven't figured your life out yet.
Not at all. Your parents are telling you something. Your friends are telling you a completely different thing. You are very confused.
Your academics are also painting some picture you have not seen before.
That then you keep asking yourself, do I have a future? I beg of you. Talk to somebody.
And then there will be the relationship issues to all of these.
That is even the most annoying one.
23-year-old boy, 23-year-old
you have relationship
carrying the word on
your father is thinking about paying your school fees, how to pay your school fees. You are there worrying about some boy or girl, and it's making you want to commit suicide. But you see, it is the stage. It is the stage. So my encouragement this morning is just walk into any church.
Yeah.
I am trusting our churches. And if you feel you cannot trust the church that is around you, I am encouraging you to walk into any Catholic church. There's something we do in the Catholic church that we call it confession. You go, you sit the priest down, and you tell the priest your deepest, darkest secret. And this priest will go to the grave with that. If it is something that is putting your life in harm's way, he knows how to help you whilst protecting that secret. So please, feel free, walk into any Catholic church and talk to the first priest you see. You'll be saved. This morning, I wanted to deal with some politicians, but I've ended up doing... Are you done with the Republic?
There's another interesting story that the Republic Press is reporting. In the Ashanti region, NIMAS, the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, they rejected a 120,000 bribe as the best armed illegal miners posing as national security operatives in Oda Forest Reserve. So, in a separate development,
miners went imposing as national security operatives.
Yes. So let me read to you the details. In a separate development, NIMA's intelligence operatives, they foiled an attempted bribery by individuals who arrived in a Toyota Tundra and a Ram pickup, claiming they were associates of the arrested illegal miners. The men approached the task force under the pretext of greeting the officers and pleading for the release of the associates. Now, during the engagement, they offered 100,000 cedis as a bribe, an additional 20,000 cedis as chop money.
Nice one.
This day and age, you can offer 20,000 cedis as chop money. What are you going to chop?
He said, take this for fuel. And it is 20,000.
Charlie. He said that you have some girl with some big man, we will see her, give her like maybe some 4,000 cedis for lunch. You use 4,000 cedis to eat lunch.
Let's go and see the big man. Big man says, this is something. Take for lunch. It doesn't mean when I come to visit you, don't give me for lunch.
The Daily Graphic newspaper, poverty among Ghanaian pensioners is high. The story is on page 11 of the paper. Champion of the girl child, also on page 11 of the paper. That's Nana Kunedu's lasting legacy. Tension mounts at Basa SHTS. Parents, students protest 435,000 cedis unapproved fees. Comes with the picture. Professor Ernest Kofi Davis, the Director General of the Ghana Education Service, use local language for instruction at basic schools on page 44 of the paper. The back page has some sports. 2024 World Cup, Otuado targets knockout stage. Oh, that's knockout stage just after the
Can you
group
imagine?
stage.
You see why I keep saying Otuado must go?
But right now, if it goes there, we have
Ghana Black Stars fan, how have you shot yourself?
Right, we are going to the World Cup in a few months. Yeah, changing the coach who has qualified you. Another coach is not coming to look for
the
players.
Coach, you mean who has struggled to qualify you?
No, this one he didn't struggle. It was he only, I think, drew one match or lost one match. He wants to get us at the group stage.
See his ambition.
Is your goal?
It is my pride.
Yes, of course. It's sad, but
Otuado must go.
You should aim higher.
Otuado must go.
Finally, from me, Sisters, is the Business and Financial Times. BOG to pilot open banking framework. on page 3 of the paper. I like the idea. As part of moves towards the next phase of banking reform, the Bank of Ghana is set to pilot its open banking framework, a structural initiative designed to enable safe, consent-based sharing of banking data and services between banks, fintech firms, and other financial institutions. GIPC begins regional investment roadshows in Volta and Oti. Odotobri Rural Bank records remarkable growth in all indicators. And in oil and gas, there's Exploco confident of 2026 Voltane Basin drilling target, also on page 2 of the paper. Finally, Energy Minister reiterates backing for petroleum hub projects. 60s.
Let me start with the independent newspaper, the new independent newspaper. It says it's fair, it's firm, and it's balanced. Appoint defense minister now. And Intim Fojo is the one directing President Mahama to do so. Forbes celebrates Alex Daddy's leadership excellence. We've been betrayed. Ada clan leaders oppose electrochem projects. This story is never going away, huh?
And that song,
it's never going away.
Yeah.
EPA begins major drive to reclaim lands damaged by Galamsey. Parliamentary leadership MPs commiserate with Nana Konaidu's family. That is it on the front page of the new independent newspaper. At the back page of same, it says Samuel Asamoah breaks neck after colliding with advertising board during March.
Why are you surprised?
Is it breaking neck?
Is a neck in coat or something?
No.
Just like the paper reported Bawumia's girl.
No.
Okay, you mean this is an accident, an incident?
Yes.
Okay. Broke his neck at the weekend after colliding with an advertising board during a game for Chinese League One side. The incident occurred after Samoa was pushed off the pitch during a coming together with an opponent near the touchline on Sunday. He subsequently
is the board made of metal or something?
I mean, even if it's wood or plastic, if it's an accident. Your neck was not prepared for that. Your muscles were not ready.
It's a neck.
So, in a statement, they said Asamoah suffered dislocation and fractures of the cervical vertebrae, as well as nerve compression. The club also said that the player was at risk of high-level paraplegia, which refers to the inability to use lower parts of the body. It added the midfielder would be out for the rest of the season, and that his future as a professional soccer player was in doubt. Later on Wednesday, the club released an update saying that Samoa's surgery was successful and that the 31-year-old was now recovering in a stable condition. The club also released a photo of Asamoah in hospital with his 2 thumbs up. It's sad.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. But, I mean, you can't just run into a piece of wood and your neck will break.
It can happen. It's an accident.
I'm considering the speed. I'm considering
all of that
the
is
surface of the advertising board.
How the impact happened and all of that.
Yeah.
Wish him speedy recovery.
Yes, speedy recovery to him. But again, I hope the club he plays for, which club is that?
Some Chinese clubby.
I cannot say the name. Let me show you where it is.
I saw it too. I skipped it.
You saw it and you dodged.
Yeah, the club's name is Guangxi Tongguo.
It is well. I'm hoping that the club will give him a nice package.
That is if he's unable to play again, because they say his future as a professional soccer player is in doubt.
It's in doubt, yeah. Because it's actually too early to say. It's too early to say. Anyway, Supreme newspaper, it says on the front page, appeals court cautions plaintiff in Regimanuel Greyland case, no second chance after withdrawal. Bryan Champon's momentum surges. Chiefs, residents threaten violence over alleged forced seizure of lands by Kwan's estate. Lawyer Martin Pebu secures deal for Trasaco over Pantan lands. KGL boss Alex Dade wins Forbes Africa Leadership Award. Bossman family accuses Afienya police commander of conniving with rival families. This paper has all the stories on the front page are controversial stories. And the Ghanaian Times newspaper, it says, that's Ghana's most authoritative newspaper, it says, street light crisis. And this is a story we've been following, actually. So there are pictures of various streets. You have the malfunctioning street lights at the Tema Motorway interchange, dark streets of the Kaneshi Highway. More pictures on page 12 of the paper. Let me see if I can just mention the locations. But off the top of my head, I can mention the stretch from Madina to Pediase through to Every. I can mention the stretch from Okponglo traffic light. I cannot recall whether from Standards Authority it's been fixed. But let's just say from Standards Authority through to Madina, you know, when you are going down the tunnel after Okponglo. So the Legon tunnel, that place is a deadly zone. And also from UPSA Junction straight to the Rolling Circle 10, or if you like, from UPSA Junction straight to this roundabout, what's the name again? Obojo side. Or popular name.
The lights there are also not working.
They are also not working.
In fact, from Gimpa, Gimpa up until the Christian Village area, the Junction Christian Village, it is pitch black. And that's where Achimota Forest is. That's where the Forestry Commission too is. It's very dark in the night. From Hacho up until Atomic Down, those woods, no light. And then those areas, unfortunately, we find a lot of, I don't know whether they are mentally challenged persons offing on the shoulders of the road.
No. I would just, let's say what it is. We find a lot of criminals on that stretch, those stretches, attacking people. So, you know, there was some time, there was a time ago that the bypass from Fiesta Royale through the Legon bypass, so that's the back of Legon, through to Abuba Junction, that KFC, that stretch. People used to be along that road, stoning drivers,
yes, I remember,
attacking drivers and stealing from them. It was a regular thing some time past. And it shouldn't. See, if you have a breakdown on that stretch, your life is no longer yours.
Yes.
You either run away and leave your car there, you will definitely lose one of them, your car or your life.
So, in fact, what I was talking about on that Hacho Atomic stretch, when you see, you know, there are no lights there, and these people are very close to the road. By the time you realize you're almost hitting one of them, because there are no lights and you don't see, they are not properly clothed, and because it's all dark, you don't know who is who and who is what, whether a criminal, somebody who is, you know, mentally challenged and all of that. So those traffic lights also need to be fixed. But I thought the Greater Accra Regional Minister, she said she was going to fix traffic lights.
Yes.
A few days after she was sworn in.
And she did, actually.
She fixed some.
She fixed some.
Yes.
And she came back to join the lamentation. You know, we've also raised that issue here over and over and over and over.
That you fix the steel.
You fix the lights, and the thieves also go to break the wires, pull them out, in some instances even steal the poles themselves. So as we blame the politician, we have to also blame ourselves. But this is a problem that we must deal with. Free tertiary education for PWDs starts next academic year. This is President Mahama quoted. GIPC Regional Investment Roadshow kicks off in Volta, OT regions. The CEO of GIPC is speaking. Reverend Wingham briefs world church leaders on upcoming Global Assemblies of God Congress in Accra. That's it for the front page of the most authoritative newspaper, the Ghanaian Times newspaper. And finally, you have Daily Guide newspaper. Ghana's favorite newspaper says on the front page, minority blows alarm over unapproved government programs. Bawumia mourns with Obeng Menu. Comes with a picture of Obeng Menu with Dr. Bawumia and some MPP executives. Is that Chairman Sabonso I'm seeing here? Of late, I see Chairman Sabonso a lot in the Bawumia pictures. Are we seeing is that a senior minister of the Bawumia administration?
Coincidence.
No, it cannot be. The man is always there.
Yeah.
He's always with, and Chairman Sabonso will not be chief of staff. So, what, senior minister?
He will not be chief of staff.
Vice?
How do you know that?
Oh, Chairman Sabonso. Anyway, he'll be a good chief of staff. Firm, with his work in parliament. You know that he knows how to balance it off. As to whether he has the necessary relationships to be able to do that, to get that and do it is another matter. Tor assets not sold for 22 million. CEMSC is speaking. Comes with a picture of the Tema Oil refinery. Quantity surveyors call for enhanced procurement practice, and this was after a conference with some traditional leaders. Okay, so that's it for Ghana's favorite newspaper.
Right.
You started off with the Kojo Opong in Chromatin.
Yes.
Where he spoke about two things: unapproved government programs, and what he says is a bill that
The cybersecurity bill. He says it would hinder free speech.
Let us see the bill, then we'll have the discussion. But I was listening to the voice and I kept asking myself a lot of questions. You see, when we do this, it is the reason why people no longer listen to the conversation and contribute to the conversation, but play everything down to partisan politics. Okay. I don't see any reason why a man who is hiding behind a computer somewhere in his room, maybe lying on the floor with some 2 Ghana data, is dirtying me on the internet.
And in fact, at that time, we'll be charging the phone.
He'll be charging the phone, dirtying me on the internet.
Yeah.
And probably, just probably, if you put this person side by side, put me on this pane, put the man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Put the man on the next pane, you see that the man cannot match up to me.
In fact,
And the person is doing me dirty on Facebook. And you think that it shouldn't be controlled. So that is not free speech.
So what he's saying is it should be controlled in a civil way, not in a criminal way. Let's listen. Let's listen exactly to what he said.
I was a court correspondent in my previous life. I sat in a lot of cases in courts, various courts, where people were brought in, accused of attacking government, either the president, the person wrote something on Facebook about the president, or about the first lady at the time, or about a minister, and this person was brought to court. What is changing? You see, let's not play politics with certain things. So I read, and I was saying this, I was having this discussion in the office with some of my colleagues. You see how these small boys and girls on Facebook are insulting accomplished men and women whose only crime is to take up position in government, to say that I want to serve my nation. Because of that, these boys and girls are on Facebook. I mean, when I say insulting, I'm not joking. No.
Yeah.
These are raw insults that are dished out.
Yes, that's what they are there to do.
This is where we have reached. This is where we are now. We must be able to control this. We must be able to deal with it.
Of course.
And see, I can off air, I will show you people on Facebook who they are not responding to government officials. They are insulting government officials and attacking government officials in the name of NDC NPP politics. Is this something we should condone? Is this something we should allow? Even as a traditional people, we know this is unacceptable. So why do we want to hide behind laws, not laws, behind democracy, behind free speech? I'm very sure that the former information minister had his fair share when he was in government. I'm sure that there were people, if he should go through his handle, he would find those kinds of attacks.
Yes, they come all the time.
I agree that when you take up public life, you open yourself up.
You're exposed.
But I disagree that in opening yourself up, you open yourself up to insults. I mean, raw insults.
People can criticize
from people who cannot match up.
But to insult you, that's
it's a serious
too
thing.
much.
See, off air, I will show you just 3 handles. Any response they have to any government official or on any government policy, it's raw insults.
They can't communicate without it.
They can't communicate without it.
Is it because they don't have anything to say?
No, even if you don't have anything to say, insulting the person is not the way to go
at all.
And like I keep emphasizing, if you put these people side by side, the people they are insulting, if they can't match up.
Come and say it to my face, they can't do it.
They can't match up. So you will just mention a minister's name. So you say, which minister should I use for the example?
Sam George.
So you just mention a minister's name,
right?
And you dish out insult to the minister because the person is a minister and because there's free speech. Really? Let's stop politics. Let's stop partisanship and deal with this matter. It's not good for us.
Sixers, this is what the former information minister said.
What we are seeing appears to be a draft, and that they want to consult on that draft. From what I have seen as a former information minister, this draft is dangerous, though it's not surprising. And let me explain why it's not surprising. It's not surprising because I think the president first announced it, that they are going to use the national security apparatus to go after people who make comments on social media that they consider, for whatever reason, whether it's under hate speech or it's under whatever, they consider it unfavorable. They're going to search for your IP addresses and then get the security apparatus to go after you. The president himself said it. So it's not surprising that his minister is now following up with a draft bill with such wild provisions in there. What is dangerous about it is that over the last set of decades, various countries have been moving away from criminalizing speech. There are other remedies for speech that may be deemed unfavorable, most of them civil, but not necessarily criminalizing it. Even the Criminal Libel and Sedition Act was repealed by the Kufuor administration. There are still remnants of laws that still seek to criminalize speech. For example, this law that is being used a lot, publication of false news, with intent of causing fear and panic, is one of those laws that actually still needs to be repealed. Instead of repealing that to advance, democratic freedoms, the government is now seeking through this draft that it wants to consult on to enact legislation that will now even ensure that when you put up a comment in your chat groups and they find it offensive according to their criteria, you could go to jail. And I think it's a very dangerous, encroachment into the area of free speech. The government needs to tread cautiously. I'm hopeful that when the consultations start, the government will see wisdom in backtracking and ensuring that instead of rather seeking to further criminalize speech, even the remnant laws on criminalization of speech should be repealed.
I actually find the argument also very dangerous. Very dangerous because he knows far better than I do.
He must have experienced same before.
Exactly. And you see, he's saying this because he's in opposition today. If he were still in power, let's say he ended up as what? Works and Housing Minister.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been speaking this way.
You think now he's not exposed to those levels of insult at the moment?
He is not. He thinks he is not, which is the danger. That, you see, we find a line of argument to suit our political position at every turn is why we are where we are Our democracy is stuck.
We are like chameleons based on where you are.
No principle at all. It's not fair. It's not. Tomorrow, he will come back to power. Then he will say that, no, what you have done is wrong. Because in fact, he will be making the argument I'm making today.
And the persons working on this draft bill will be making his argument.
That is where we are. So the persons who are proposing this bill,
musical chairs,
they will be making the argument he's making today, tomorrow. And tomorrow he will be making the argument I am making today.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. Let us find something that works for the country. Our politics has degenerated. It is dirty. It is nasty. Our politics is not something that encourages sanity in our society. Our politics is not something that even promotes development.
Right.
As for respect for for society norms, for elders, forget it. It's been trashed. And I will use the NPP itself, his own party, the internal politics. See what is happening. See what small boys are insulting Bawumia because he's not their candidate. You who cannot match up if Bawumia brings his CV paper, piece of paper.
You just bring the C, you should not add a V.
He shouldn't add a V. You cannot match up. You are insulting him because you belong to Alan. Jesus, forgive me. People are insulting Kennedy Ejapong because they are on the other side. But again, if you come pick his CV, his piece of paper, you'll be too scared to even hold it. Bryan Achompong, they are dating him. And they're always small boys and girls. That's my problem.
See,
people who have not worked in life.
We are not saying
my voice is hurting. I'm straining it.
We are not saying don't disagree with these people. We're not saying don't criticize them. Go all out, criticize them, disagree with them based on their positions, on what they are talking about. Counter their arguments. Make counter argument, say what is on your mind, make your point and all of that. But just don't cross over that line of being objective and then get into attacking the person just because you disagree with the person.
I read some of the comments and I'm scared. And the other thing the former information minister failed or refused to disclose is that countries are actually taking steps to regulate social media. That one he has conveniently, sidelined that part. There are countries that are taking steps to regulate. In fact, very recently, I think a month or so ago, there was a story that says that one country has decided that young people below the age of 18 will not have access to Facebook. That's like a month or so ago. So there are national conversations that we must have. I'm sure that if Sam George comes to start this conversation as Minister for Communication, he won't have peace for the rest of the month. We will deal with him. See the DSTV fight, as we call it.
Yes.
The man's only intention was to ensure that the average Ghanaian consumer got what he paid for or what she paid for. That's all his intention. That was all he sought to do. But because it didn't turn out the way people expected, see how they dealt with him on social media.
What I'm reading here are a few countries that have adopted a few techniques to deal with this challenge. So in Austria, Austria's highest court ruled that posts on Facebook insulting a local politician must be removed by Facebook, not only in Austria but globally, if they're essentially the same message. It matters because it expands the jurisdiction of local defamation law to global reach through the platform's obligation. There's also in Thailand has strict laws that criminalizes insults to the monarchy. For example, a man was sentenced to 35 years in prison for Facebook posts deemed insulting to the royal family. So these are just a few.
But you see that one we can excuse it because it's a monarchy, and the argument may be made that a monarch, a democratically elected president or government should not behave like a monarchy. If you want to even run that argument, I don't mind. But you see, I'll bring you back to Ghana and ask you, can you go and write anything about the Otumfo on Facebook? Can you? Can you go and write anything about the Yana on Facebook? Can you go and write anything about the Wana on Facebook? Or the paramount chief of the Ulu traditional area on Facebook? So if we have those cultural practices that put us away from attacking institutions in a very derogatory manner.
Those practices are not available now.
Why are they not?
I mean, we threw them long way ago.
Why did we throw them? Because it started from somewhere that for you to get into government and be noticed, you had to have a sharp mouth.
And then go to school abroad for a few years. And
you go for 1 year, go for an MA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost said something. Go for an MA, go for an MA and come back. Then you'll be bigger than the rest of us.
When you come back, do a few donations of schools, hospitals, and all of that.
And appear on some radio program or TV program.
And
then they'll write a story.
Raise your voice.
And quote you. That is all. So yes, I have to also blame us, the media. We are a big part of this problem.
Yes. But I mean, we should find a fine balance. Not, again, your point is excellently well made. A fine balance to stem this concern of insult against politicians, against high-level people. Insult in itself, in the bud. But
if you insult a politician and you are arrested, I have no sympathies for you.
But we should also be careful that this thing we're talking about, we don't overstep into curtailing freedom of expression. Again, how will you explain insult? Somebody's criticism may come across to somebody.
Let's not do this. I
just have one example.
Let's not do this.
Just one
example. Give you an example.
So a minister writes something, and then somebody comments, "This is senseless." Would that qualify as an insult, or that would qualify as a criticism? See what I'm talking about. So we have to balance it well so that we don't take advantage unduly.
When I said raw insults, I meant raw insults.
Okay.
I wasn't including statements like senseless, or this is senseless, to use your own, or don't be stupid. I'm not talking about those kinds of things. I am talking about insults. That in Ghana, when they insult you, you know that they have insulted you. We cannot pretend about these things. We all know what an insult is. You now want a court of law to define what an insult is? No. We know what it is.
The typical ones.
Even those ones, they don't be stupid. Silly you. This is senseless. Those kinds of expressions that the white man will use, and you see that it's not an insult. No? Those ones, when we use them here, they are insults. Because there is a cultural dynamic.
Right.
You can't go across, you can't go and tell your father, don't be stupid.
No, you cannot.
Exactly.
You cannot. You dare not. Even if you do it in your dream, you wake up.
you and your father are talking, then you tell your father, this is senseless.
I'm talking to your father, you say,
so even with those ones, we see that there are cultural sensibilities,
of course,
and sensitivities that must be observed and respected.
Great.
Everything could have been lovely, but I'm just another guy,